Anyways, last week's episode, we finished the job we had started, which was purging everyone currently in this mercenary chapter house.
Okay.
You had done the courtyard and the main floor the week before, set the house on fire, which caused Duchess some momentary paralysis. Matthias rejoined you, having taken care of everyone on the top floor, and y'all moved down to the basement, which we can see you still there now. And that was where the majority of the non youthful members of the company were stationed. Some of them had some exploding clay jars that dealt some fire damage to a good portion of the party. Almost killed Corin. I did drop him. Oh, I forgot. How could I forget my moment of triumph?
You're so happy.
But he was brought back up. Everyone survived. Corin got a little bit of closure from one of the traumatic events of his past by killing Elias Naaman in the exact manner Elias tried to kill him earlier. Well, realistically, you killed him before by ripping his throat out with his own wrist blade. But after that, you stabbed him through the chest, just like he stabbed you.
Thoroughness is important.
You gotta make sure.
Yeah, you got to do the double tap.
Yeah. And after that, either Duchess or Matthias picked the lock to the vault. Y'all quickly emptied it. I think everyone got portions of the gold, and the rest went to Corin as the bank.
Yes.
Some fun magic items were found by all. Lorazes got himself a new owlbear headdress. Songshen got a pauldron
Bartleby.
that can turn into a raven named Bartleby.
I'm pretty sure it's Bartleby. Yeah, it is.
Lorazes also got an amulet of health, so I can no longer two-shot him in combat anymore.
I'm sure you'll live up to the.
I'll just throw in some enemy paladins. You're still easy to hit. It's just your damage threshold is higher.
Yep. I'm gonna have to put a 13th level smite in this. A what? Bam.
Yeah.
A smoot? Oh no.
Yeah, when you give your soul to the bad guys, then there's no level cap on Divine Smite because it's not technically a Divine Smite. So, yeah. This is going to be at 9th level, and it also simultaneously casts his wish when he does it. So, he wishes that your con was -2. Anyways, Duchess got the wrist blade from Elias's corpse, and it is essentially a +2 dagger with some fun things, so I'm excited for that. Corin grabbed his +2 longsword, which is nice because in a moment of RP that Corin had no say in, I shattered his blade. So,
I was about to say, everybody else got magical items. I got mine taken away.
I have confiscated this man's sword.
Yeah. And you also not each, you found a book of inspiration that doesn't require attunement. So during downtime or when you first wake up in the morning, everyone can take turns reading from it and have a D6 of inspiration die for to use within the next 8 hours. Yeah, so that was a fun little item for everyone. I forget
Who has the book?
I think Lorazes technically has it now. Lorazes got the book, the amulet, and the headdress. Songshen got the pauldrons. You all got money.
Can I
feel like there's something else
to Fenrir and be
Is
like,
it safe?
hey,
Is it safe to assume that Songshin is not proficient in medium armor?
Prayer beads.
Yeah, pretty safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to talk to Fenrir and ask him, hey, if you ever replace that belt of yours, I will gladly take it.
I will physically fight you for that belt.
Could you imagine
I
me with 21 strength, 19 AC?
I hate that.
Not 18 AC, 19 deck, 19 con. Dex I don't care about.
just Luraz is putting on the freshman 15 and then just really bulking up. Because right now,
Oh my god,
you
yes.
you are a literal beanpole. Like, I don't know if everyone else knows your stats, but you're like 6'7" and you weigh 115.
Oh, you tiny man.
Oh yeah, no, I am a stick.
Ugh. I'm a corpse and I'm thicker than you. What the
That-
fuck?
I might need to adjust. I feel like with a higher con, I would fill out a little bit.
There are
Yeah, but
multiple
only a little
people in
bit.
this party that could
Please
throw you
add
like a
12
javelin.
pounds at a
Yeah,
minimum.
Adding 12 pounds.
Yeah.
Skip him like a
Can we
rock.
try that?
I mean, round up to 130, right? Even numbers.
So skinny.
No, you got to have a weird odd number. I think I made Corin weigh like 183 pounds.
I don't have a weight.
With your
Oh,
owl,
195. I was a coward.
with your
I weigh
owlbear
137 pounds.
Yeah. 137. So you added 22 pounds.
Yeah, sure.
And what, you're like
Whatever
7.5 feet tall?
He's so tall.
No, I'm 6'8", actually. But
You're
That's so
Loraz
tall.
Loraz is the same height as fucking Malio, except he weighs like
Christ.
a third as much.
Like
Malio's
Lorazes,
bulky, alright?
he's like literally the person that like probably played basketball all through high school and then immediately stopped because it's like the moment he got to
This is actually
any
suicide.
yeah, like any level where just there aren't people that he's just 2 heads and shoulders above. Like he's not actually good, and he's like, yeah, I got
This ball is too heavy for me now.
He's like, yeah, I technically got like a scholarship to play at this community college, but I'm going for like electrical engineering, so it's fine.
That sentence hurt me.
But yeah, that's where we pick back up now. Everyone having gotten something. Well, not everyone having gotten something. The vault having been looted. That's probably a better sentence. And I have to remember that I can't actually move people through OBS because it is just showing what I am doing. So
You dumb bitch.
I'm going to go to a tab that actually has the campaign.
Hey, have you checked whether or not there's sound on your stream this time?
There is. I
Ah.
had to mute it.
There is. Yeah.
Just checking.
I did realize today that I don't have, like, on the main overlay scene, I don't have the extra audio for the music I play during, like, pre-stream. So I don't, normally I'd, like, mute it and then unmute us, but I guess I don't have to do that anymore because it just doesn't exist on this scene. But yeah, Fender is kind of already getting a head start. Matthias is going to kind of look at all of you as you just shovel gold into your pockets and take all the magic items you see and be like, all right, if that one asshole's to be believed, the boss got away, so I think we should try to follow up on that.
You did have people blocking the streets, correct?
Yes, so hopefully, best case
They're all
scenario, we'll find his corpse soon, and they're just gonna get rid of that lock and head up the stairs.
Figure was just going to kick it in.
Yeah. You know, sometimes things require a little bit of finesse.
Eh.
Yeah.
Not when you're that big, is the thing. Oh.
Fender is not that big, but his strength makes up for it.
How tall are you in your armor? How tall is the armor?
The armor, I'm guessing, is probably built for an average human height, so about 5 something.
Did we discuss whether or not if you found a suit of armor that was really good, that was like built for a fucking gnome or something, that you
We
would
did
just be
discuss that.
that height?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any armor.
Yeah,
As long as it's a functional suit of armor.
because we also Yeah, 'cause
He
we
is
also
literally
discussed
a gas.
about
it doesn't have.
getting
We
him
make
to
him
be
really
like
small.
200 feet tall and throwing him in a suit of armor for that.
Oh my god, we should get him the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Oh my
Because like theoretically,
It's the armor.
it doesn't even have to be
The statue.
functional, right? But like if it's a suit of armor that I imagine is like all welded together because it's like meant to be preserved as a statue, then I guess he would just be immobile in that. But like as long as it still works, yeah, he can soul swap into it and ravage
As long
the
as it has points of
countryside.
articulation. Oh my god, we could Trojan horse with you.
Could we?
We
We
could.
probably could. I think as long as you can vaguely argue that it could be technically in some level worn as armor, maybe. I think you're good, and it's Philip, so it'll be yes anyway. I know. I'm sorry.
Listen,
He's
if I found
harsh and abides by rules.
if I found like a 200-foot tall storm giant and convinced him to leave his armor on the ground for a day for a funny joke, would he do it?
Would he do that?
Could he could Fenrir become a storm giant?
I mean,
Storm Giant's armor?
I would love that.
he could become
Theoretically,
as
because I thought we already
tall as
had
a
this
storm
conversation
giant.
on the Discord.
Yeah,
We did.
yeah. He
I know.
wouldn't-
I just like reiterating things.
He wouldn't become a storm giant, but yeah, I think like he could.
Well, he'd be as
fill the
big as
armor.
one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he'd
could
have
be
a
as big as one.
storm giant. Size.
I have another question before we move on from this topic. Does it have to be a full suit of armor?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Or
Can
can't
you
just
just
be
be
a
a
chest
hand?
plate?
No,
Oh.
it has to be all one thing of armor.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. I was just I'm imagining just like Kratos' fucking chest harness walking around.
Could you be? Wait,
it's
could
like
you
it's
be?
armor. It's just like
I mean, yeah. But could you be horse armor?
No.
no.
It's armor.
That's just barding, Fig.
No. The horse armor is totally a thing. It kills games. Don't worry about it. It's DLC.
I know what you mean,
Mm.
but I would imagine it would have to have like enclosed spaces, cannot be open all the time.
Okay. Give me a minute.
Fig's gonna zone out for a while she tries to find perfectly overlapping plate armor meant for a horse. So
Wait,
we'll move on.
wait. No, I have a thing for this that I saw yesterday that I sent to Travis, but it's applicable here. I should put it in memes instead of character art. Squirrel.
Oh, the armored squirrel.
Yeah.
Oh, that girl agreed to do my commission of Malio.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I'm just going to
Oh
move
my
everyone over here unless you tell me specifically not to.
Is this the room that's on fire?
It might be a little bit on fire now. This is whoever pinged. That's the room that's on fire, but it's definitely spreading.
It's spreading.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to be out of here kind of quick.
Yeah, bet. Let's
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah, that's fair.
So and this next door is not really locked, so we'll just kind of continue on. Whoops. Alternate. There we go. Oh,
Because I'd also like to know what I grabbed off that desk,
it was.
besides the asshole book
The book
that's currently
on
screaming at me from inside my bag of holding.
Uh-oh, network slow. What the heck?
That's not very nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably me, right? Or you got a network slow on your shard.
It's saying network slow on my shard.
Hmm. The British internet continues to be contagious.
Uh-oh, what happened? I'm being moved. Oh,
There we go.
Mhm.
Oh. And so, once you kind of get to the outside, and at this point, you can very much see that the fire has spread quite a bit. And you can, it's starting to kind of crackle, and some beams are
Yeah,
starting to
crack-a-pop,
kind of,
bitch.
fall down and stuff like that. And there's a door kind of on this outward wall that from the other side would be kind of covered by these two larger trees, but from this side it's very visible. And, you know, it is, again, unlocked. Whoever was the leader of the mercenary company clearly not spending time to lock doors behind him as he sprinted away, leaving the rest of his men to kind of die. And Duchess, you are able to get clear of the fire.
Oh, good.
And now,
Oh, guys, I would also like to introduce you guys to a new term.
Mm-hmm.
Weed whacking. When you hide in a bush and then stealth kill somebody.
I'm into it.
yeah,
I like that.
I feel like that's a
I support
mafia
that.
term.
so done.
Good.
I was playing Shadow of Mordor and I just kept weed whacking people. It was great.
I fucking love
Yeah.
that game so much.
And those orcs are so
I never got to
dumb.
play it.
Just like imagine like especially the stealth missions, it's so much like Assassin's Creed, but they're so much worse at figuring out you're killing the people behind them. Like if they're just in a line walking, just start with the guy in the back. You can go all the way
I
up
love
before-
that shit. I love that shit.
Amazing. I did that at least once or twice here, and I'm stuck on a stealth mission right now, and it's pissing me off. But
Oh, so you're playing Shadow of Mordor right now?
Also, that game has one of the best mechanics of all time, and that's the fucking Shadow Strike ability, where you can like see somebody with your bow and jump to them to assassinate them.
I love
That
it
shit
so much.
fucks so hard.
well, what's funny is I've seen that thing and I haven't gotten it yet because I really like just dropping on people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's also
that whole game fucking slaps so hard.
It does. I'm stuck on the Grog mission now, and I'm like,
Shadow of War is pretty good too, but Shadow of Mordor is really something.
yeah. I have both. I just am working my way through Mordor, and I'm right now. I'm waiting for Red Dead 2 to download.
Oh boy,
It'll be fun.
it's so good. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about this anymore.
Yeah, we can get into
We
that.
could
so
talk about
D&D,
it forever.
D&D,
Yeah.
D&D.
So I'm not going to put tokens on the map, but you will see fairly immediately there are three kind of larger men.
I didn't get that.
You shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
That's the most aggressive I've ever heard you sound.
Yeah, but I was like, oh no, Philip's mad.
Yeah, there's going to be two
He's got a little
sides
hate
of
in
the
him after all.
robot war. And there's going to be half of them where I thank them for doing their job, and the other half where I just curse at them repeatedly for daring to speak up when I didn't ask a question. But
Oh,
you
Be
see
down this way.
kind of like right in this area where everyone's kind of collected, you see three bodies of kind of larger men, dressed in kind of the dark leathers that Matthias is dressed in, but they have kind of cruder weapons, like they're kind of like carrying a long sword and like knuckle dusters kind of thing, and one of their swords has a little bit of blood on it, and you can kind of see some a few blood drops kind of heading north into the city streets. And Matthias kind of curses, and he's going to kind of take off following that. And I don't really have a city map, so the rest of this will be kind of theater of the mind for the moment.
I love that.
But
I really think really hard.
yeah, so you're kind of in the third level of the city, so it's well paved stone. So and the weather, besides the fire, is very nice, and so it's fairly easy to see while you guys are specifically looking, blood droplets on stone on this empty street because it's still mostly cordoned off by some librarians, and theoretically there should be people, watching to make sure that no one escapes from here, like has just happened. So, Matthias is going to keep kind of running and kind of looking at the ground. But whoever wants to kind of be leading the party, if you want to do an investigation check, or yeah, we'll do investigation to like you're looking specifically for more blood.
I'm
I
good
have
at
a
investigation.
+8 to investigation.
Oh, I have a +6.
I
Do you
also
want to
have
roll
+6.
separately?
We could each roll, yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Sing Shin will do
23.
investigation. 18.
All right.
Fuck you! That's not necessary. I'm just
I-
excited.
Those
How
are
much of
both
what you do,
very good
sir?
rolls, but I'd say Song Shen is like, it's one of those things where she's like seeing it just a moment before you see it. And so.
Fuck you.
And it's probably
I'm
like
just good at blood.
Larazis is probably like taking the time to like point it out to the rest of the party because you typically don't normally lead the party through, at this point, dangerous streets. And Songshan just like, there's blood, continues on, there's blood, continues on. And so she's not
yeah.
like wasting time pointing it out. She's just kind of moving. And so you do not get lost. And you kind of head, through more and more kind of side streets, and you see two more
The
bodies.
street.
And the street, and you see two more bodies. These
Streets
Ow.
by
yeah,
what's his name? Sean Connery.
streets.
Brooch.
Screech here.
Oh, looks like you came down the wrong street. Huh. Oh man, I did like Mafia for some reason.
You're going more mafia.
Yeah.
That's not how you do it, see?
All right.
That's how you do it. See?
So you come
Yeah.
across two more bodies. These are kind of the more slender, like what you'd expect from thieves, looking more like Matthias. So these would be what you would know as smokes. And there's a lot more blood on the ground here, where clearly they got some good licks in, but whoever was, I swear
Don't
to
be a
God,
fucking
Vic.
pervert.
What did she do?
I'm sorry. I'm
She
very
fucking
sorry.
giggled because he said licks because she's a fucking
my
idiot.
God.
Chortling over there.
Hey,
In her mind, all she ever hears is,
Oh my.
All the time. All the time.
Hey, fuck you. It's part of my charm. It's the only charm I have.
What charm?
Oh,
Stop
Gosh.
Get some
getting
help.
roasted. Holy shit. What charm? Damn.
So there's one type
I'm
of
a
fire
delight.
Duchess isn't afraid of.
Ow.
Mary, just the fact that I've been silent this whole time and then just dropped that.
So mean. Yeah. That's the other sound that plays in my head constantly.
that one.
It's that one and oh my, and that's it. There's nothing else.
I need,
Maybe the occasional Rickroll.
and this
An
would be
elevator
the
music, yeah.
only thing I say before I try to get us back on track, but I need Nappa to get like H. John Benjamin from Archer saying, "Are we not doing phrasing?" For
Hold on.
almost everything Fig says, just normal conversation.
Hold on.
We say phrasing all the time.
I'll have to do that later, but I
But
can
yeah,
do it.
so you find
I-
find the bodies
I mean-
of two smokes. You see a much larger pool of blood, other than the ones seeping out of them. Most of their weapons seem to have blood on them, so they clearly tried to ambush the guy, and he still kind of came out up front. But now, instead of kind of small droplets here and there, there's kind of a steady stream of blood. And
Can I turn to the rest of the party because I'm a little bit ahead and just be like, hey guys, I think there was a fight.
Say.
There may have been an ambush. There's a shit ton of blood. Did you see it yet, Larazas? Have you seen this? This blood?
The blood, yes. The blood that
Yeah,
the
okay.
party is following, yes.
Yes. You like 10 feet behind me, and I'm like, yeah, but did you see this bit?
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
But it's following the same trail that
When you
all of
get
us are
over here.
following, yeah.
When you get over here, you should look at this.
just Larazis bent at a fully like what's this close like a 1 degree angle or whatever, where he just hinged at the waist, just with his head
Yeah.
just fully down. It's like, so you haven't noticed the 2 bodies yet? Nope, haven't gotten there yet.
No, I'm over here still. Yeah.
The imagery is incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, there are some Hey guys, there's bodies.
I know there was a fight here, you guys.
Everyone else who wasn't just looking at the ground already saw that because they were just following the people looking at the ground, and they were like, "Oh man, there are some bodies on the ground there." While Songchen and the rest just
I don't.
Everybody,
Hey guys, it looks like there was a fight.
Oh my god.
Everyone's
I love the way we work together as a team is incredible, Rasmus.
So good. We are the best.
Yeah.
right. So you're saying there was a
Meanwhile,
fight?
in the background, Dash
Yeah.
is just pinching the bridge of her nose, like, "Oh my god, why?
Yeah.
Why
See,
do
this is the,
I am
you
younger
can't-
than both of them. Why am I the most mature one here?"
You can't be upset about me and my maybe cult stuff because I'm clearly a dipshit, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly why I'm asking.
Kind of makes
It's
these
totally
like,
fine.
achievements in this dumbass book kind of seem good by comparison, right?
Did the bag just talk again?
No.
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 I would like to reach down into that damn bag, and I'm going to grab the book,
You don't
and I'm going to
No,
lift
no.
that book out, and I'm going to settle this once and for all. Is it the book talking, or is it the bag talking?
What do you do?
Do you want me to hold one of those while you do that? Shake it.
Shake the book.
Read it.
Ooh.
I'm just going
Don't
to glare down
read-
at it with a raised eyebrow, like, uh-huh. Sorry.
Have we made not an insight check, but have we done an Arcana check on the book?
I'm good at that.
No.
No.
don't think so.
I
this is the
am.
first time I pulled
I'm
it
a
out.
6. What are you? You're probably more smart
Eight.
than me.
I feel like we
Yeah,
have
hold on.
more important things to do besides worry about the book.
It's talking shit to us, Fenrir. We have to fucking discover whether or not it's the book.
I don't think Fenrir said that. Chase said that.
Chase said it. Chase, we have to discover if it's the book who's talking shit.
We already covered that there was a fight. What's more important than this book now?
Y'all can go do that. I'm going to deal with this fucking book.
I drank too
Hey,
much
what
coffee
about-
before the session.
Real quick, what have I missed in like the last 2 minutes? Because my fucking headset quit working. I'm dead. I'm dead serious. I'm not
Don't
joking.
worry about it.
Again.
It's totally fine.
No, like the bag talked again, and I'm pulling out that damn book to see if it's the book or the bag that's talking to me.
The
Oh,
book
I
is
wanna
just
know if
as
it's
sexy
Riley
as
or
that
the book.
brow is the problem.
The bag is talking. What?
No, it may be the book,
What?
or it may be the bag. I'm trying to see if it's either or, because if Riley's talking, then I'm going to make friends
I
again. still.
hate that you named that bag.
Wait, what was the name of the
What?
bag?
You're
Sorry.
a fucking Call of Duty character?
Riley.
So,
Yeah.
Oh,
so
no.
are we Arcana checking the book?
Yeah, but Erasmus is
If he
doing it.
pulls it out, I'm gonna Arcana check it.
All right, Arcana check it.
He just narrows his eyes from a distance.
26.
Ooh, bitch.
It's a book. It's just a little. I mean,
It's just a little book.
It's not a nice little book, but it looks like a nice little book. But the substance on the inside, according to a third party, is garbage.
But there's
So
nothing
it's just
So
magical
it's
shit.
about the
really
book.
talking. So the
Is the book magical?
Lorasis, is the book magical?
Yeah, that's what. Did I get that? Is it magical?
Oh no, not in any shape or form.
No, the book is just a book.
It's
Why is your bag talking?
kind of nice.
We know for a
Riley's
fact your book
talking.
is not
nice
just a book.
embossed leather book.
Right, so I'm going to take some time tonight and ask this book some questions. Not that I've
You
got
do me
it
a favor
talking.
and right now just shake the book aggressively.
No, I think the bag
Can I
was
shake the
flat.
book aggressively?
Because the book is not magical.
Correct.
I know, but she asked me to do it, and
Just in case.
Do it.
I'm young enough to find the fun in that.
At this point, Matthias has arched an eyebrow, but
I'm sorry for my friends.
Fuck you.
Look, we all have our quirks.
I mean,
Yeah, yours is your dumb accent. Ours is our dumbness, just in general.
Mine's the fact that I'm making friends with the bag of holding that's talking to me right now.
Yeah, and the
Like,
murder.
bag
Like,
of
the murders every day.
Speaking
yeah,
of
that.
murder, I'll follow the path of murder.
Oh yeah, no, I continue with
Hey,
Raz.
we should be doing that, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
I got distracted.
We all got distracted.
Roll
Oh,
another
piss.
investigation check, but it's easier this time because the blood is
Just make it
flowing.
harder because they got.
Oh,
my
mine
turn.
was bad. I was thinking too much about the bag.
Yep.
So
God damn it.
I could care less about the bag. It's
Yeah.
23.
at this point, Loras is the one. It's out front, and it's kind of like one of those things where you did not care one shit about the bag, and then book/bag combination, and then also Songshen was kind of being a little shit about seeing things before you did.
I would never.
So now you're doing what she did, where you're just following the blood, not pointing out, hey, it's a lot of blood. Doesn't seem like something you need to point out to people. And then Songshen, you see him like 10, 20 feet ahead of you, and then you start taking off doing the same thing, where you're following the trail of blood. But now you're the
Mad, get a load of all this blood. What the fuck?
Yes, it's a lot of blood. God, I can't do it.
Someone definitely
If
had
you
a party
come to
over
where
here.
I'm from, I actually don't have an accent. This is how everyone talks.
Yeah, no, I don't believe you.
Actually, it's the same where I come from. Everyone speaks like I do.
Okay, somebody remind me not to go to where you come from.
What's the name of the elf capital?
Songshin, don't go where he's
Amakir.
from.
X.
Yeah, that.
Okay. Wait. Don't we have to go there at some point so Corin can fuck your mum?
Do you live in
And
the capital,
also you can
or
talk
do
to
you
your
have
dad.
like an estate outside of it?
I think we would probably have an estate that's like just outside of it.
Yeah. So still the general area. Also, Lorazos needs to beat his dad in wizardly combat to take away the only thing
yes.
he cares about, which is
Okay, yeah, that's actually fair. I do want to see that.
Yeah, because he
I will-
doesn't
I will
care
say
if my
that.
mom's taken away.
Oh, fuck.
So,
I'm pretty sure she already does that regularly.
So,
Don't say it like that. It's your mum.
If she tried to hide it, I probably wouldn't.
Ew. I don't like how much you know about your parents' love lives.
I don't either.
Fair.
all right.
This is a terrible place.
The situation is terrible at the moment.
It's horrible. I hate everything about
the
this.
murders.
The murders, yes. Sorry.
I say, Holmes
I say,
used to be a murderer.
oh, please. I cannot start trying to do Lorazos' accent at him.
Can you even?
Yeah, it's not even really
I
an
could
accent.
probably do something.
Yeah, you just talk really
You just
snooty.
got to-
Like,
No, you have to know you're better than everyone you're talking to.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm better than everybody I talk to anyway.
so,
No.
Oh, you do that very
Excellent.
well.
That.
yeah, that was good. It
That's
could, it
You let the
could be a
British come out.
little
That's
bit
very
better,
good.
Yes, because
That's the thing.
unfortunately,
If I
it
just
did.
speak
It sounded
properly.
too much still like you. Maybe you have an air of superiority on your own, but you want to make it a really big difference between how you normally talk, so that everyone knows
No,
you're
you see, the
talking
problem
with
is I
pedigree.
actually fucking hate myself.
Can
I'm
count
just
the
speaking
bleeding
properly.
person.
That's a good start. I'm just speaking properly, of course.
I just speak properly. I pronounce all my T's. It's a good start. Ooh, I hate that. It feels
You
weird.
feel dirty.
I know, like, the thing is, I hold my face in a different way and it feels wrong.
Oh, 100%.
Ugh. I don't come with an air of superiority. I fucking hate myself.
Okay.
All right, we went
All right,
to
Siobhan
foreign
Thompson.
knowledge for that one.
All right. So you follow this newest trail of blood.
But
At this point, you're basically like at the kind of end of where y'all would have initially noticed kind of streets being cut off and empty. Although this is on a different side. Like, this is not heading back to the library. It's kind of heading north easterly into further into the third district level, whatever I called them. And so
Definitely something.
here you kind of find 4 new bodies. 2 of them are like the bruisers that you saw right outside of the mercenary chapter house. And there's one more smoke, and then there's one dressed in robes who is what you would maybe have heard of as strikers, which are their kind of mage corps in the library. And so Matthias is going to kind of stoop down and investigate it a little more. But anyone else who wants to investigate the latest murder scene are free to do so.
I'll try an investigation check while I'm sitting here.
I don't know what happened.
There be bodies, Songshan.
But
They
yeah,
all
the
seem to be
sun
An
closed.
dead.
18 investigation?
18's pretty good. 17's pretty good.
Hold on.
One isn't.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to say something totally ridiculous like, oh, I don't. A nat 20 is very good.
I rolled a 24.
Oh, fuck you guys.
So pretty much everyone besides Songshen is going
Aw, fuck
to.
you.
Obviously, even Songshen would realize all of these bodies are currently dead, and all
I
of them,
recognize
Your
that.
friends.
all of them
Same,
would
recognize the same.
appear to be librarians. So
Oh,
even
nuts. I recognize nuts.
even with the nat 1, Songshen is pretty confident that the guy you all are chasing is not among the dead. But that's about it.
I'm fine with that.
Everyone else, you do see, like, the cuts were basically made with kind of the same slashing weapon that had done in everyone else. You see the robed figure has just like a single just stab through his chest, and a couple of the other ones have multiple wounds, and then finally, like, you can kind of pinpoint where the mortal wound happened. But everyone is kind of noticing the single strike against the robed figure. And I'd say Fenrir and Corin, you kind of get from this is that he died first. So basically, the person you're chasing took out the mage with just like one stab, and then was able to take out the remaining 3 with a little more difficulty. But it's a lot like the scene before. You kind of see a lot of blood on the ground, obviously. You know, there's 4 people having bled out. And you also notice
No,
like, a few...
no indication that he was wounded?
I would say you see blood on like one of the bruiser's swords. The other one doesn't look like he made any contact, and you see on both of the smoke daggers there's some blood. So this fight also took a bit of blood from the guy you're chasing, but you also see like both bruisers, like through their kind of knuckle brass knuckles, like you can kind of see like their hands themselves are kind of bleeding, and you can kind of see some chips of what looks like a shield on the ground kind of next to them. So it looked like, you know, they had strength in numbers, but, you know, he's probably fairly capable at fighting in like a defensive stance, and, you know, taking out the mage. And then once the smoke is out of hiding, it's really just like one really talented fighter against 3 thieves. So that's kind of the idea you get, and it's like it's still kind of like a steady stream of blood heading out. And you can kind of still see the behind you, kind of the silhouette of the flames that are just consuming the mercenary headquarters at this point. And you can also see kind of lights kind of flickering out in front of you from what you can only assume are some of the city watch responding to the massive fire in the middle of the city. And Matthias is just going to curse again and be like, oh, fuck, fuck, fuck. Right.
Stealth mission going off great.
Whoa!
I'd say
I've also lost so far. Have not been able to catch up to the boss.
I'd say 98% effective. Right. So, and he's just gonna kind of look at, the lights kind of coming towards you all. He's like, right, you all, beat it back to the library. Try to not interact with the City Watch. All time of kind of keeping things in line apparently is at an end. So if they see suspicious people wandering about, especially covered in blood as you are, they might assume. Well, it's not going to be the wrong assumption. It's going to be the correct assumption. But either way, can't be having that now. I'm going to try to see where this blood.
I might be able to get away with that.
Before you go, Matthias, I'm going to cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds.
Okay.
2d8. Charisma? Spellcasting modifier. Charisma. $15 HP returned back to him.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
And I will top that off with I'm going to use a 2nd level Warlock spell to cast invisibility on him.
Okay. So he is now invisible and a little bit healed up. And he's going to silently dip out. So, I guess we have a couple things. First things first, decision. If you all want to do as he asked and head back to the library, or if you want to continue following the blood yourself. And then, regardless of decision, we're going to do a group stealth check, potentially multiples, to see how we do avoiding the city watch that is converging on this kind of area.
Remember, one of my little things in D&D is I can get people across the city in like half the time.
Ooh, I
Reader
have Pass Without a Trace as well.
Same.
Fair.
Tremendous.
Yay!
Oh, then we should definitely find this
Wait,
leader guy
can't-
and
okay.
kill him.
Okay. Philip, question. Can Pass Without a Trace stack?
It cannot.
So if she casts it and then I cast it.
That would be fucked.
Damn.
You
That
can
would totally be
you
fun.
can make it to where like you're 20 feet ahead, so then you
Yeah.
have like this larger area of it.
You can, the radiuses can stack, but the bonus can't. So
Okay.
it'd be
Take
like
the
you
bonus.
could have a party of paladins, right? And then it's like it doesn't matter where you are, you're gonna get like the +5 bonus for saving throws, but you're not gonna get +20 because then
It's plus 10.
why would anyone
Got it.
not make a whole entire party of paladins kind of thing? So yeah,
Right.
it'll be.
Okay.
You can both cast it, and then you can kind of be a little bit less grouped up, and still everyone get the benefit of a +10 to stealth. But
can do
it
that.
won't be.
It'll be a little
+20.
easier to avoid. I think if we do that, it'll be a little easier to avoid City Watch than trying to all stay within 10 feet of each other. Or 10 feet of Songshen. For me.
How How far does this go?
Staying within, I think it's a 20-yard range, but I think staying within that of Sanction's not hard. It's staying within that of Duchess while she's
Yeah.
stealthed on a rooftop.
I would be offended, but yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly,
She takes a different route from me.
Duchess would be mostly casting on herself while everyone else is just within the 20 feet of Sanction.
Yeah.
It
Well, because then again, I
is-
could go forward and
it's 30
scout for
feet.
City Watch and then direct you guys away.
Mhm.
So if I have my own, if I cast my own and I just kind of go off and be like, okay, we're good. I see him, and then come back to you guys and be like, okay, here's the route.
Oh yeah, if we
Could
if
do
we do
that,
it like
too.
that, I also have the thing of if we get spotted, I can cast darkness and make it so that I can see through it and stuff as well.
Mhm.
And then if you guys hold my
Okay.
hands, I could get us out. One day that'll be useful.
One day that will be useful. All right. So do
Okay.
we? So yeah, we'll both cast it, and then
Mhm.
I'll run out ahead and.
Yes.
And this
Fuck off
is
for a
to
bit.
continue pursuing the mercenary captain, correct?
Mhm.
All right. So
Okay.
we'll do, I guess, a stealth
Maybe we can-
check for Duchess, and like you can be stealthy and still, in a way, keep the party near you that doesn't break your stealth. Like there's a way for that to happen. Duchess,
Are you
doesn't
ready
have
for the
to-
stupid number?
What are you adding to it? 21?
No, I add 11 and then 10. So yeah, technically 21. Sorry,
Jesus
my brain does not like
Christ.
it.
Yeah.
38.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, everyone else roll. Duchess, between that and your
Ooh, 29.
Nice.
your urchin qualities, I'd say you're going to be able to basically avoid, like, basically like go into like a narrower alley and like let guards run past and then continue on. Like you're going to be able to
Uh-huh.
help the group kind of get through there. So
Oh, good.
I love Fenrir getting a 19 on a 6. Pass That Trace is just a great spell.
It's so good.
I mean, I got a
Guys.
38 on a 17. Okay,
Yeah.
so
It's so good.
It's
I mean,
amazing.
I could have used the invisibility on myself, which would have canceled my
Disadvantage.
disadvantage. Yeah. And let's be honest, he didn't probably need invisibility on him, anyways.
Yeah. What is his? I mean, that's not a terrible roll, but with advantage. Yeah. So invisibility made him go from a 15 to a 26. That's pretty good. So not wasted. Which we have a 26 for Larazis as well. Corin, what is your stealth?
What is my stealth?
Yeah, I don't think
Plus 4
anyone's
bonus.
failing, so I honestly don't think it matters too much, but we'll just get it.
How it goes.
17.
Nice.
Is that with the 10 added to
That's
it?
without the 10.
So 27.
Oh, without the
So the
Okay.
lowest roll is a 19. So y'all
Shut up.
are very, very stealthy.
Mhm.
And I would say you're able to. Well, let's do Duchess. I think this is going to be your role because you're kind of leading the group because you're the one kind of pulling them off of the blood course
main path.
to kind of hide temporarily when guards kind of round the corner. Like you're the one kind of going up forward, coming back, and be like, we should lay low here for a
Like,
bit. So
first
let's
campaign.
do exactly. So we're gonna do an investigation check for
His head out without his helmet.
you.
Dirty 20.
Okay. So with the dirty
You're a
20,
boy.
you're still able to pretty easily follow the blood trail. Like it's still pretty fresh, and you don't lose a
Nice
lot of
vibe.
time kind of refinding the trail after these periods of kind of hiding and letting guards pass by. So
Mhm.
it's still taking longer than it would if the city watch wasn't deployed and roaming through the streets, but you're losing a lot less time than you would have.
Mhm.
So that's kind of what that role was for, because you wouldn't really lose the trail. At this point, he's been wounded roughly 3 times and has not slowed down to probably patch himself up at all. So you wouldn't lose the
Mhm.
trail. It's just a matter of how quickly you go. So you're
Okay.
you're not losing a lot of time other than the kind of typical slowdown you're
It's more like we're
experiencing.
moving at normal speed versus. Hi, buddy. I see you. It's more. Yes. Thank you. I'm petting. Hi.
Matthias is
It's
probably
more
just
like
going straight for it
it.
since he's invisible.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Yeah.
more like we're moving at just regular speed instead of double time because I have to stop and look.
Yeah, and like the main slowdown, right, is at this point the streets are now crawling with city guards, and so
Hmm.
the main benefit of both your pass without traces and everyone's pretty good stealth rolls is basically avoiding the city watch, and so that's the main slowing factor. And then on top of that, you're not losing a lot of time getting back on the trail, but there's a lot of interruptions as you all have to kind of hide, wait for guards to pass by, and then continue on.
Okay.
But as you kind of continue following the trail, eventually, oh, let's say, depending on whoever's passive perception is higher, you're going to hear it in this order. You're going to start to kind of hear commotion further on of the same path you're kind of following. And I would say, Fenrir, you kind of recognize the area you're in because you've visited this area, well, a specific building in this area, like 2 days in a row.
Shit.
So, yeah. And as you
I'm not.
all kind of regroup, because Duchess, where you are, you notice that there's not a lot of moving guards, but there seem to be like a good clump of them kind of situated at the entrance to kind of this gated off cathedral. And there are a couple, like
Mhm.
about 3, not city watchmen, but talking to them appear to be kind of clerics or priests from the temple itself.
Does the blood lead there?
You can't see past them, but it definitely leads to them. So you would have to potentially get around to see if it led through them. But yes, it is in that direction.
The temptation to fireball a gaggle of guards is very high.
I'd expect that from Songshen, but Laraz's?
I mean,
If I were to cast, and this is this would be it for a complete distraction. My channel divinity to raise an undead to try and lure them away.
Okay.
Oh shit! But if the ground is hollowed, I can't do that.
Now I have to decide. how not douchey or douchey this church is to see if the ground is actually hollowed. um, I don't know. Let's just do.
At least in Forgotten Realms, a place of worship by lawful good creatures, whether they're priests or common folk, will hollow the ground over years.
Okay. So we'll probably say, and there's probably not too many
That's also up to you.
people buried on the property, but we'll say the cemetery that is here is probably hallowed or consecrated, whatever you want to call it.
Probably would not be able to do it.
Yeah.
Could have done it with any of those bodies back there, but I'm just going to turn.
Wasn't thinking of it.
I need to turn and look at Duchess real quick. Duchess, do you have any bodies in your bag that are uneaten? Or just
Unlikely.
skeleton?
It consumes them so quickly.
And Corin, I apologize if this is something you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
me
I don't love the dead bodies, but at this point, I'll let it fly.
If you got a weak stomach for this. God, I feel like it's about to thunderstorm. I should drive my sisters.
Nothing to do with it.
I will say, just because before, and I love this, but because of where you are, I am going to do this. You hear just a tiny little voice, like, at Fenrir's, like, thigh, be like, God, right shit, following orders here. I guess requests. Shit at following requests.
I'd rather us complete the mission than leave a man behind, especially when you're down half a leg, so to speak.
Guess I can't be mad at the dedication. Anyways,
These people are probably harboring in the middle of the gaggle of guards the guy we're looking for. Because of course he would have the guards on the uptake.
oh right, yeah. It actually looks like the guards just saw like the giant pool of blood when he kind of collapsed at the gates, and now they're questioning.
The
some of
guards
the
don't do
paladins.
their jobs. Name one instance that's been true ever.
I mean, maybe in a normal situation we could have gotten away with it, but I think the fire might have put a little bit of them on a higher alert than normal, and so when they also, while investigating the fire, came across just a giant pool of blood and some priests standing outside, decided to ask them about it.
Back on side.
Yeah, he's currently inside the cathedral. Kind of got here right as at this point there are quite a few paladins outside, so didn't want to.
I think they would object to another paladin going in.
Let me see what I can.
So they probably have not met me. So that might be a problem as well.
You've obviously heard of the Great Fenrir, though, right?
Probably not.
Alright, so at this point, he's just gonna kind of sigh because he's like, you can kind of, well, you can't see because he's still invisible at this point.
He's still invisible. He has power on it, so I don't know how long it took us to get here.
Probably.
All right, guys, I
minutes.
gotta go.
See.
Okay.
See you guys later.
Bye, Blue.
Bye.
We'll try not to get your character killed.
You'll try.
Not that it matters that much because we never know where you are anyway.
You cannot kill what you cannot know.
One of these days, I'm going to catch her with fair
Cannot
fire.
feel what
Just
you
know
cannot
it.
see.
I think Philip knocked her down one time, even though we couldn't see her.
Also, DM, I need to know
Okay.
what beads do I have? Because it's on you.
Do I roll for that?
You have to roll d20, and the necklace can have multiple of the same beads. And it's 6 beads.
Okay, so there are 6 beads, and then you get to use the beads throughout the day, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And they do not come back until the next dawn.
So many jokes.
Oh, what kind of bead?
Uh-huh.
Your bead?
Yeah, sure.
Uh-huh.
Bring it closer to
Sure
God
thing,
anyway.
buddy.
Okay.
Can't.
Why? Is it because Fig is here?
I blame Fig, yeah.
Did you?
Oh my.
100%.
So did you already roll the 1d4 plus 2 for how many beads there were?
No, I did not. 1d4 plus 2?
Yeah. So I think we're gonna
You're gonna get 3 beads.
up to 6.
I rolled a 3 plus
Okay.
2, so 5.
5 beads. It's a 20. So you have 1 bead
Wind
of
walk.
wind walk.
Of excuse me?
Oh,
1
planar
bead
ally.
of planar ally. God, am I
How is
wasting
that a bead
all
on
my
a prayer?
rolls on-
Bead?
a second
Another
bead
wind
of
walk.
wind walking? What is happening?
What the fuck?
I'm glad the party's not happening, because apparently I'm just wasting all of my good rolls.
Greater Restoration.
That
That's
was
I
how,
4.
wait, hold on. How many did you see?
You got 2
That's-
Windwalk, Planar Ally, Greater Restoration, so this is the last one.
Okay.
A second
Greater
Greater
Restoration?
Restoration.
What the fuck?
Incredible.
God
What
damn.
level are we?
9.
We're level 9, bud.
We're 9.
Okay.
I got a 6-level Conjuration.
Then we're friends,
2
right?
6-level Transmutations for Windwalk. And then a 5th level greater, 2 5th level Greater Restoration.
Incredible.
And these all return to me at the next dawn.
You fucked up, Phil.
I
just need to remember that I have all this.
You gave him 2 greater restorations in a party that wouldn't be able to get those spells.
I didn't give him Greater Restorations.
And 2
Dice Christ did.
Yeah, the dice gave me 2 Greater Restorations, 2 Windwalks.
I would have
And
given him
1
5 blesses if I were in charge of it.
Actually, that would be bitchin'. Also,
4
I would love
blesses
that.
and a branding smite.
Well,
Oh, that would actually also be cool.
Let's be honest. If you, because, hold on, is this concentration? I wouldn't be able to use the bless because it's concentration, so I wouldn't have been able to give it to use all of them at once.
Not at once, but you could use it willy nilly and you'd never run out.
True.
Every combat we'd have bless.
It's true.
Does Paladins get bless?
Yeah,
Paladins can get blessed,
yeah. That's just,
Does he have to? Does he re-roll the 20s every day, or is that just a one-time thing?
that's
It's
a
a one-time
one-time.
thing.
So that determines
That is
And when
so
he gets them,
so that determines what beads are on the necklace, and then he can use
Those
each one of them.
after
fucking-
each
That fucking
day,
rips.
yeah. So planar ally. Damn.
Planar Ally is huge. And you got two of them or just one?
1. I
Planar
got 1.
ally sucks because we have to pay the motherfucker. I hate that.
Do we?
Yeah.
Did anybody die while I was gone?
Can you pay him with
Philip did.
friendship?
Anyone have friendship?
Yeah.
Well, what did you miss? I got the DM rolled for what I have on the necklace of prayer beads.
Oh no.
I have 2 Windwalks, 1 planar ally, and 2 greater restorations.
Do you,
Ooh,
do you
nice.
see the shard, Fig? Do you see what I rolled? Have
Two
you
nat
ever
20s.
seen me do that before?
Philip, you'll never roll above a 6 again
13.
Yeah.
until you
wait
go to
for
like
good rolls. I am so sorry.
jump on a wolf or something.
I'm gonna have to give these potential assassins just like plus 17 to hit, so that they might actually hit someone
Up to
because
10 will
I'm gonna be
creatures you
rolling
can
4s or lower.
Did we
no.
actually tell Fig that the reason that you fell through the wolf was because the wolf didn't affect you?
Guys,
I think so.
um,
Huh.
What are you about
I
to
know
tell
it wasn't
me?
solid.
I can turn everyone here into a gaseous form.
Fire cloud. I love that spell.
Yeah, because it's what
Windwalk?
Windwalk does.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm going to take one of those and just use it right now.
Read the spell.
Yeah, I think it takes a minute for us to transform, and something.
It takes time. I remember it wrecking crit roll a few times.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's one of those times I felt really bad for Marosha
Time is
because Matt got annoyed with her.
just 1
I don't-
minute, and reverting
Yeah.
takes 1 minute.
Holy
Mhm.
shit, you have a flying speed of 300 feet?
Yeah,
Yeah,
So it just like took the bad thing about gaseous form and removed it.
yeah. It's really good for movement.
Yeah.
if we do this, we could potentially get in there without being noticed.
Mm.
Potentially.
Down for whatever. Let's just do it. Whatever it is.
It's up to you, Matthias. What do you want to do?
Wait, we're gonna listen to Matthias? We haven't done that all night.
I stick by what I said.
Fair.
What would Matthias like to do? So here's the issue for him, right? Technically,
He can already get in there unnoticed.
yeah. He does just have normal invisibility, so if he just decided to coup de grace the guy inside, then he'd be noticed. But
Two of these.
Do we become like normal fart clouds, or do we become like your kind of fart cloud?
Is there a difference?
Doing a
in
gaseous
the way that we're
His,
using
his would be
the-
mildly undeath.
yeah,
as
Mm.
appearing as wisps of cloud.
yeah. So you guys would become clouds, not fathomless voids. If that's this,
Wait, does that mean his fathomless void would become a cloud, or just his suit of armor that he's attached to?
The
think
logistics of this
both.
is upsetting me.
Well, can he be affected by polymorph?
I don't know.
You're casting on the armor, so effectively, probably.
But the armor's not a creature.
Ah.
True. Technically, Fenrir at this point is not a creature then.
Yeah, does he have an immutable form? I think we're breaking Philip. I'm sorry.
I don't know if I can think through that because I was
Hold
like,
on.
so can Fenrir cast Windwalk on everyone else and then just wait outside and hope it
I mean,
goes well?
I could, if anything, I could try to get in because I am a paladin.
For logistics reasons, we should say he's polymorphable.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that decision.
I feel like
He's-
any alternative is just gonna.
He's
make us
already
be
immune to
future.
just so many other things.
Yeah.
Right, so there are two options, and risk
Only two?
involved with both. Well, two-ish. Well, two main options. One, don't try to kill the guy who's now being probably tended and watched over by a group of priests and paladins. Two,
That, no.
try to kill the guy. And so the risk with not killing the guy is what if he gets better and then knows things would that come back to bite us? Killing the
assuming
guy, theoretically, it might not work. In the sense that even if you do manage to kill him, then you might then just be yourselves in like neck deep in the cathedral surrounded by paladins. So those are the two risks. One, obviously we know the risk with him not dying is he should die. And then the risk with the other choice is you might die.
What if we tell the paladins?
Yeah,
That-
are we
that you're
assuming
there
that
to-
the paladins and priests are friendly to his cause, or are they just helping a wounded person?
So, just a little bit of background that we may have glossed over or just been too long since we discussed it. Theoretically, the only cause that you'd maybe have any evidence of is him potentially killing a couple of the librarians who, to most of the city, do not exist. And then we all purged their headquarters because we were like, hey, we think that maybe you're accepting money from someone who's trying to destabilize the kingdom. And they were like, get fucked. And they were like, well, better safe than sorry. We're just going to go ahead and wipe you all out.
Is he being intended to? Like, we should go and investigate as Gas Clouds, because if he's, like, in a room with, like, 2 paladins tending to him, we can non-lethally fuck up those paladins and then kill him.
Is there
And
any
leave.
chance that with a successful intimidation check, I could arrest him as a military officer?
Ah.
I would say not impossible, but close, right?
Close to impossible.
Because you would be essentially your rank in the army is for a company that is not stationed here in the capital, that you would then just be stumbling across a crime scene that is currently being discussed by many members of the city watch and then trying to like assert your authority, which would be doable, but at the very least would probably arouse some suspicion and definitely at least get your real name associated with what happened tonight. So I would say it wouldn't be impossible for you to accomplish that. I'd probably still make you roll with disadvantage and the DC would be high. But even if you succeed, I feel like
The outcome's not exactly
there's
favorable.
maybe a negative side effect, which is now you're physically associating your actual self with, the events of tonight. So that's
All right, I say we just kill them all.
that's kind of the
Yeah, I like to kill them all. We'll just have to kill everyone in the church.
We already did one purge tonight, Gal. Do another.
Yeah, we haven't also technically had a long rest, so like we
Oh god damn it! Forgot about the goddamn spellcasters.
technically we don't have like a lot of spell slots and health. I think I'm actually supposed to be at like 6
I
health.
wasn't awake for most of the shit. I have most of my spell slots.
I don't remember what I'm supposed to have.
Yeah, Loraz is just probably doesn't have health.
I
But he
think
probably has spell slots.
I didn't
Did I?
smite a
Do I
lot of
have to
people.
sleep to gain the health that I gained from the amulet?
I would imagine you wouldn't have to sleep, but you'd have to, like, it wouldn't immediately improve your current health, is what I'd say.
Fuck.
So it's like you
Damn
could be immediately
Then-
healed up to 76, but you wouldn't just, like, gain 30 health by equipping it.
Hold on. Then I know what my health total is.
Also, do you have to attune to the Amulet of Health?
I do.
So theoretically, considering that all of this is currently happening still in the minutes that has passed, Loraz's is still extremely squishy.
I am at one then.
Okay, let's
Because
go
I got
to the library.
picked-
Let's get the fuck
I
out
got
of here.
picked up with no, I'll be fine. Let me drink a potion.
No,
Let's fuck some people up.
I'm not. I'm also not fine. I think I had like
I'm so fine.
6 health.
Well, that's the thing. I have no idea what my HP was, and it reset me to full when I leveled up. So
Yeah.
And Matthias is gonna pipe up, and he's like, obviously, it's a discussion. I'm more comfortable with a plan to go in and try to kill him singularly, if possible. Less comfortable with a plan to murder an entire church full of disciples of the hero.
Listen. How about this? Do we have anything that's loud or like a flare?
I feel like we have to.
I mean,
So what we do is we
Fenrir
give you the
does,
loud
right?
flare, and if you are captured or unsuccessful at getting out, you set it off and we kill everyone in the church.
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah,
plan I can
unfortunately,
get
Matthias,
behind.
we like you, so
I could care less about the people in this church.
yeah.
I keep
He
forgetting
speaks for the
that.
group.
Like,
We can't be criminals if there are no survivors.
Yeah, if nobody knows there was a crime, there was no crime.
Corn's just like double horns.
we might have to have a follow-up discussion about your behavior here tonight, because you guys might be just absolute golden recruits for the library. But that will have to be
I'm not
saved
sure about killing. Yeah,
for
I'm
a
not sure.
different for a different night.
If I have
Alright.
good reason, I'll explode a bunch of people, but like,
He's gonna look at Fenrir and be, and this is just there's just disembodied voice just coming up from like 3 feet above the ground, just turning to
Yeah.
each of you.
I
Right.
dislike the idea of killing everyone.
I have this for like another 45 minutes, and you don't need to be around for it to stay active.
That is correct.
All right.
I'm gonna give my last bardic to him if we're gonna actually part ways, but that only lasts 10 minutes, so he needs to hurry the fuck up.
I will.
I think I can get into the church, and I think, well, that's pretty much where my confidence runs out. Either I'll be able to get back out because I've determined it's not possible to kill him, or I do determine it's possible to kill him, and then maybe getting back out becomes a less than automatic thing I can do. But I know I can at least get in, and then, we'll deal with those particular things when it happens.
if you die, I'm gonna be so upset.
Just find another halfling. Talks just the same as I do.
How many of those could there possibly be?
I don't know, at least 6.
I just
Do you have like a brother?
Just off the top of my head. I've got a cousin, kind of up north.
You know
okay,
what?
okay.
I think I have something that will help ensure your ability to succeed. I'm gonna give him my potion of flying that I have.
Ooh.
Okay.
And like he'll at least be able to get the fuck away.
Okay. I like this.
If you do not need it or use it, I'm cool with you giving it back, but this will be super useful. And I recommend using it.
All right. So
I'm just gonna like hold it out and wait for him to take it because I don't know where he is.
you just see potion gets taken from your hand and hovers for a little bit, and then goes into like lowers, and you can kind of assume he's putting like into his pouch, and it disappears again. Yeah. So you'll part ways with Matthias. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time, I think, outside the session to determine how I handle him going inside, and to determine if he's successful. So we will go back to you all being in the library. And I think before we take a long rest, we can spend some time kind of discussing out of character, or you all can discuss in character things that we're going to assume we've talked about before now, which is going to be what everyone's role is going to be at the party and like how everyone is getting in. So we'll kind of finish the setup here and now, and then
I feel like Finner could definitely be used as some sort of decoration for the
I
party.
think because and a lot of yeah, we'll just go ahead and change maps back um, to the library.
Sorry, I had to go for a second. I heard an unsettling noise and I thought something was leaking, but it turns out it's just raining sideways enough that it's actually hitting my like sunken underground window.
Yeah, it was. I was confused for a second there.
I'm pretty sure it's about to storm here, and I have to drive.
Please be
across
safe,
downtown.
Ah, it's fine.
Yeah,
But, so we'll probably end tonight with you all taking a long rest, but before that, we'll go ahead and kind of talk through
Party.
yeah, the party and what would have already been discussed. So, with Blue already gone, I honestly think this is the only thing Duchess would be able to be, is she's going to get like a maid's outfit and be kind of among
Incognito.
the help, which will get her like kind of in and
I know I forgot
out
to do it in
of the
RP.
palace. Yes.
But can I say that I procured an invite to this
So
place?
here's the thing, because you definitely would have been talking to Matthias, because that's another thing I kept forgetting to do, is like actually RP our plans.
Yes.
So you basically have two options where he can get you to be included as part of the official delegation coming from Amakir, and that will get you basically into the party with like full like autonomy.
Nice.
The other option would be you basically procure your own individual invite that in theory would have cost quite a bit of money in order to get to the innermost part of the party, because basically you're trying to get an invite to the actual interior of the palace, not just the courtyard, because everyone's
Yeah.
allowed the whole 6 levels being kind of roped off and set up, and the entire city's invited to that part. And then there's kind of a VIP situation happening in the courtyard of the palace, and then there's a VVIP happening inside. And so your two options.
I have suggestions.
Go for it.
Okay, Larazis can do his ambassador body, like his ambassador sort of thing, and any lanky beanpole ambassador is going to have himself a bodyguard, right? So Finra would be the perfect bodyguard for our ambassador.
Is true.
And then
So,
Corin
go
just
for
so
it.
happens to be a very recent tournament champion.
A
And
tournament champion probably gets a +1.
yeah, and I feel like he could definitely bring a date who may or may not look super dead.
I don't look super dead, just kind of sick, kind of
Just
very
into
sick,
gaunt,
kind of
sickly
super
women.
sick.
We can put you in a nice dress and nobody will even notice that you're a corpse.
Yeah, I'm a 90s supermodel. Oh, that's depressing.
Absolutely, yeah. Just
Some people are into that. Yeah.
cocaine and Benadryl and no sleep.
Oh, I don't look that bad.
That's good.
I'm a corpse and I don't look that bad.
We'll get you a really nice scarf.
So
Oh, that's a good point. No, like a choker.
I hadn't
okay.
even considered the tournament champion angle, and I love it.
That's why we did the tournament, isn't it?
Shut up.
Oh no, we did it for that was a side quest.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the reason we were doing it was so we get invites. And
And
invite. at least.
invite to the mercenary thing to find out like why they were so weird.
Yeah, it was to
A
the
mer-
mercenary.
that's what
I
got you
feel-
guys time hopped, time shot, time jumped.
I thought that was a separate sideways thing. Whatever. It's fine.
Um,
thought we were just
anyway, we
killing
got to
time for this party.
Yeah.
A little bit of both. Stuff can
Corn
be
is
two
not
things
time travel.
in the words.
Mhm.
Of
Stealth
the,
can be two
the
things.
Who
Yes.
philosopher
would be
Jake Peralta.
Fenrir guarding?
So
Larazis.
Larazis, you would have two options, right?
Yep.
If you become part of the official delegate, you would have kind of full autonomy within it. You wouldn't have your own bodyguard in that situation because the delegate itself would have people
Bodyguards.
traveling with them. If you got yourself an individual invite, you'd still like have your roam, like you'd be able to roam wherever you want, but you'd have like a magic dampener kind of put on you, and your bodyguard would not be allowed to like have a full kit. Like there'd be limits to what weapons they're allowed to have.
Ew.
So kind of the benefit is you'd be able to like handpick either Corrin or Fenrir to go with you, or you can be part of the delegate. Fenrir, I feel like you're still right for just being some of the extra manpower, and I haven't gotten around to determining how many guards are going to be on the actual inside, but I could see it being very possible that you could be stationed inside. Definitely you'd be in the courtyard at the very worst. And this is kind of one of those things where everyone who's like actually going to the party, you'll be able to go in and out if you want to. And then people like Duchess, who's going to be a maid, will probably be sent in and out depending on, carrying food trays and stuff until she decides to ditch the whole thing and disappear because she rolls up 47 or whatever on stealth. So I might have one round of her taking some appetizers to a person, and then Duchess just becomes Duchess. Fenrir would probably have like a post or like an area to patrol and be his normal perceptive self. I would say if we're going to go the tournament champion angle, I feel like there are two I guess potentially three unmarried, high-standing individuals who definitely have an invite to the party, who, if they want to have a guest of honor, bringing the reigning tournament champ would not be so out of the ordinary to, like, rouse suspicion. So I would say Songshen, and I know Fig, we can kind of talk about this on the side if you don't want me to talk too much out loud. You had one concern about potentially being recognized from your past life because you don't look all that different. And so I'd maybe let you decide on if you'd prefer to be like in the staff with like a mage disguise or something so that you're less noticeable, because even good rich people, if there is such a thing, don't often notice details about the staff. Or if you want to be your own, like one of the first family's sons, guests of honors +1.
Oh God! Can I fucking quickly seduce a not necessarily son? I'm a skinny corpse woman. I'm sure that appeals to a variety of people. Also, I will say I don't know. Like, Sunshine knows who she was, kinda. I don't know that she would necessarily know in detail who might recognize her as that. So, like, I don't know that she would necessarily think to worry about that. And
Okay.
also, she may just go, ooh, pretty dress. Because that's who I am as a person. So, I would love to attempt to go as a guest. But
I think, and I might have to do a little more thinking on my own just for Songshen specifically. I think it'd be very easy to get you a fancy little dress and forge a new identity and get you just an invite to the courtyard level. I think it'd be possible to do the same thing I offered Larazis, which was basically buying yourself in. And again, you wouldn't technically be buying it, you'd be forging an invite. And then since you wouldn't be like included in any road like delegation, you'd probably your abilities would probably be a little bit dampened on the inside. But like you'd still be able to do stuff. And then if shit hit the fan, hopefully there'd be a way to get undampened quickly when you're like, I can help. Please don't make me suck.
Guys, I already have a feeling. I may have figured out a plot. One of your ploys already there, Philip.
Are you going to tell me or just everyone else? Do you guys have a secret chat?
I'm gonna.
No.
Not yet.
I'll keep it to myself. But
I had an idea. If we're going with one of the rich children is gonna take champion of the fucking thing. It would be very easy for him to go, hey, I also have this cool friend. Do you have like another sibling that needs a date? Do you have a loser sibling who lives in a basement who needs a date? Loser siblings who live in basements love goths. This is known.
Do you have a golden retriever younger brother?
Oh, don't hurt me like this.
You know they love the goth girls.
Yeah, but I love them is the problem.
no.
No, it would be you have a wizard brother who's kind of way too nerdy who I can belittle because the second that shit fucking every time.
Does Songshin love a golden retriever?
This is getting oddly specific.
Yes.
I play myself every character.
So Corin has, I think, 3 options. One, does not have any siblings that are not taken.
Spare cousin.
2, has maybe not super golden retriever, but I'd say golden retriever-esque younger brother and a somewhat muscle mommy younger sister.
Don't.
Yo.
For fuck's sake, Philip! Those are the 2!
And then his third option is like the golden retriever type person who would then have a kind of like overbearing's wrong. Like he kind of like towers above people, but he's like a gentle giant thing.
Oh,
Older
I
brother,
like that too.
and then a muscle mommy older sister. So the sister's the middle child, regardless of which one Cora would pick, and then he can either take the older brother or the younger brother.
Which one would like me the most is the thing.
That's kind of nice.
I think the younger brother at least has... I actually don't know if he has met you in game. The older brother definitely knows you.
Wow.
Me now or me previously?
You now.
Okay. Oh, well, that helps.
Possibly.
Oh no,
maybe.
it's Alar.
No, he's the one that doesn't have any siblings that are unhitched.
Oh.
But
Well, why can't he take me? Wait, don't phrase it like that. You know what I mean? To the ball.
Oh my.
we're just really getting
phrasing?
use out of his.
It really is. It's just that one. It's just that one.
So I
phrasing?
would say Corin has 2 very solid options in both Tommen and Xandar because he knows them both. One as a fellow brother of the Ghost Slayers Order, and the other as first somewhat allies and then rivals in the tournament. So, and they seem to get along pretty well. I don't think it'd be a huge ask.
That's just his
And
chance to get in as a guest. 100% guarantee.
Loraz's chance, or
Loraz's chance, because if his chance
sorry.
is zero,
yeah,
zero, I feel like
basically,
Fenrir's chance is zero as well.
at this point, we're kind of we're
I'm choosing
discussing.
whatever's non a damper.
Yeah,
Like I
like
don't want a damper.
we're discussing options, but in game, this is something that like Matthias would have already taken care of, or in Corin's situation, possibly he would have taken care of himself. And given there's, I think one thing that you all kind of know about the Lackmans is that they are well known to be very close allies of the Horned Ravens, the royal family. So if anyone were to know that shit is expected to happen tonight, it would probably be the family of just literal warriors who are close allies of the royal family. And so I don't even think it'd be a big ask for Corin to be like, hey, we're here to hopefully prevent an assassination. Do you think like it'd be something you do to just like take me as like a guest? And he'd be like, oh yeah, shit, that sounds great. And be like,
That would be the
oh
easiest option.
yeah. So I would say I think it'd be very easy for Corin to get an invite and then probably pass Songshen off to Xandar to get her an invite as well. Lorazis.
There's one thing I love is passing Fig off to someone.
Yeah, how much
Yeah.
would my invite be?
Wow.
Or well, no, I have to go with the diplomats to not get
Deal
the
me
damper,
with me
right?
yourself,
So-
pussy.
And like
Yeah.
all of this is basically either above board or at least forged to make it seem like, oh, there was just a miscommunication. Like Lorazis, there might be some suspicion from the other elves in the delegation who are like, we all traveled here together. Why is now just this random son of the Maniflows part of it? And it's going to be something where it's like, oh yeah, we got like a sending from his father saying he's abroad on vacation, but he needs to, represent our family. So
Your dad is exactly the kind of asshole who'd do that shit.
Yeah.
Too.
Actually, I
So-
could see him sending me. Hey, I know you're abroad in the human kingdom, but there's this.
yeah,
And
so
it'd be like impress people.
it'd be like maybe mild suspicion, maybe some kind of course your dad just got you onto the delegation without even having to go through our king. He went through the fucking human kingdom to get you
Of
here.
course.
So there might be less than friendly vibes, but other than that, you'd be fully in. And then Corin, depending on how honest you want to be, probably also fully in along with Songshen. Which basically, I would say if Fenrir, you don't mind being either in the palace, which I think is what we're leaning towards, or in the courtyard, and not having that kind of ability to move between, because you're going to basically be an additional guardsman inside the palace, then
I would prefer to be inside the palace. If the party is
yeah.
taking place inside, I'd rather be inside.
so I think easily be able to get everyone inside, and then the three of you would just have free reign. You can go in and out, like you can be talking with someone, then they decide to go visit the garden in the courtyard, you can walk outside with them. Duchess is gonna again probably drop off a plate of hors d'oeuvres on a table somewhere and then disappear, and then Fenrir will be just like inside the palace, and like, you're meant to be there to keep an eye on things, so like where people are is where you should be. So like it's not just gonna be like, oh, Fenrir's posted up at this doorway and no one is going to go through it. Sorry, Nappa, your job sucks at this party. So like
I am curious. Have you watched Critical Role Campaign 3?
No. If we're
Oh,
being
okay, cool.
honest, the most critical role I've watched is Vox Machina on Amazon Prime.
So in Crit Roll Season 3, they go into like a royal ball type scenario with like a plan that all they have to do is try to steal a ring, right?
Classic.
The amount they fuck it up is so ridiculous that this is going to go so smooth in comparison.
I would
Oh, yeah, I
absolutely
remember that.
love to have enough planned for y'all to be able to fuck it up. So that's my goal for next week.
Oh
So,
my god.
we can obviously message me if you want to get further clarification before next week, but I think the way we have this set up is something that could have logically happened. And so, given the resources the Thieves Guild is operating with, this is something that is doable. And so I think it's not out of the ordinary to be like, yeah, these three have, well, this one is part of the delegation. These two are honored guests of these very powerful people. This one is a guard inside the palace, and this one is a maid until she decides not to be. So, yeah.
Did we have a new maid? I don't remember. You're right. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely one of those things where, given what you know and given what probably a good portion of the royal family knows, the fact that they're still like advertising like extra help needed is ridiculous. Like that's how you get assassins. So, what's gonna make it really easy for Duchess to just be an extra maid in the kitchen is probably what's going to make it very easy for me to bring assassins into it and pretend like I didn't just make it up. But yes.
I mean, you could put assassins wherever you like. It's your game.
Yeah, I can drop them out of the sky if I want to.
Yeah. Travis has done that before. It didn't work.
Yeah. So that's where we'll kind of pick up next week. Is we'll probably finish the long. I mean, you all can take a long rest, but we'll start next week with you having finished the long rest, and then hopefully all have decided and figured out how Matthias's final attempt at finishing the job goes, and then we'll just kind of time skip to that evening and start up the party and hopefully have a grand old time.
We're before he heads to bed is going to find familiar.
Oh.
Oh, we're doing Pact of the Chain, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Get a dog.
What is your familiar?
A sprite. It was either that or a pseudo dragon, but the pseudo dragon can't go invisible. Which sucks.
Couldn't get like a cat.
We love cats. All right, that's pretty.
We already have
You
a
can
dog. Why
You
would
can
I
change
get
the
a cat?
familiar's form, can't
The
you?
pander
Anyway?
took
Mhm.
Philip.
Yeah,
No, I can't change the familiar's form.
I would never be able to harm.
You
a
sure?
cat.
I can't change. I can only choose from a certain creature.
No. But I'm saying you can recast it and
Oh yeah,
summon a different one
I can summon a
Mhm.
different one.
at a
and
later
that
point.
one would be dismissed.
Yeah, at a later point. So it's not like you're locked into your choice or anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely love.
Get a fairy dragon.
This little
I don't think
sprite
it's a
has
standard one, but I had one.
This
You had a what?
sprite
That was-
has a
I had a
long
fairy
sword.
dragon.
Found that in the Feywild, and then I
It was
found
my
it to you.
birthday present. It was so sweet. He gave me a dragon for my birthday. Little Bobby.
It has a short bow, which, if it hits, only does 1 damage, but then they do have to succeed a con save or become poisoned. That is hilarious.
That's all.
This thing is a brownie from Willow.
Talking about the
Your
pseudo
sprite.
dragon.
Your sprite.
my sprite.
Your sprite is a brownie.
Hey. My dad was a brownie in the first campaign as well.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Your dad
Sometimes.
was a meme.
My dad, hey, fuck off, leave my dad alone. Kevin was great.
His name was
Kevin.
Kevin. How great
It was
could he have
Kavan.
been?
It was Kavan, but
It was Kavan,
Oh,
and
like
it
that
became
Lannister guy.
Kevin.
Oh my
no,
god!
it was like Irish Kavan. I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, it was Irish. It was ridiculous.
CAO
Like
H
Siobhan?
or something.
It was like Calvan, and
It was Calvan. Yeah.
and it became Kevin so fast.
I hated that. But
I
it's
love that Philip automatically latches onto the worst Lannister.
fine. Yeah.
The
I don't
worst
know.
Lannister
Fuck
is
Philip.
Cersei.
Philip.
The worst Lannister is a living Lannister, right?
That's correct.
I like Jamie. He amuses me endlessly. The fucking golden backhand down the stairs. Fucking love that shit. Because
will
I read the
say,
books.
all praise to the actress of Cersei. Hated her a lot less
Oh,
in
yeah.
the show. Oh, book
She's
Cersei,
really dumb in the books.
Book Cersei is the worst Lannister because it's just
Yeah.
I can't get into it right now. It'll make me angry.
She's a little bit rapey as well, which is not great.
Yeah, and I'm about to drive in the rain, and I shouldn't do that angry, so I'm gonna not think about book Cersei. Berksey, if
Can
you
we
will.
Berksey, yes.
Berksey.
Can we actually in D&D, can we assume that I go at some point and buy a dress?
Same.
You probably don't need to buy anything, but yeah, have
I want a dress.
whatever you want tailored, you can get pretty much.
Oh god, now I have to think about that.
I
I don't have my reference pictures here. Ugh.
If I end Pact of the Chain familiar, it kills the familiar on the map. It's so mean. It killed it. Just look at it. It
Just
killed.
little Tinkerbell's light going out.
Oh.
Songshen clap. Yeah.
Wait, why am I doing
You
it?
have to believe.
I believe.
You're the closest to death.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That's fair. I clap and believe.
Wait,
Well,
is that true? I feel like that's false.
that might be false. You're the second closest to death.
I am.
I
Yeah,
think
that's more
Fenrir
fair.
does kind of have a direct line. Even though he's technically not undead, he might be close. He's, I think, closer to death.
Oh, I thought Lorazes was closest to death.
Not with my new amulet.
Yeah,
No.
once he finishes the tuning and then takes that long rest, he's gonna be only third closest.
Already
to
hit
death.
the buttons. I have 76 HP.
Feels so
Already
good.
hit the button.
Well, I'm gonna hopefully continue my trend of not really playing video games and continue actually doing work to make sure I'm ready for this party. So, y'all have a good night. If there's anything you want to elaborate on vis-a-vis our party plans, feel free to reach out. Other than that,
You're gonna get pictures of dresses.
that's fine with me. Do you want me to design a new Hero Forge mini with it, or what do you want?
Oh no.
Because I'll do it.
I'm designing Corin's outfit right now.
Yeah, I'll update the mini,
I
and then
can't-
you can update your reactive images. No
Finra
problem.
cannot be in a suit that's over
He's
his armor.
always in a suit
He's
of armor.
in his armor. He cannot be in like a formal suit
We
type
can
thing.
jazz it up. We can
Put the suit on the armor.
can
Yeah.
just-
Just give him a bow tie.
we can toss a cloak on the armor. We should probably update Fenrir's reactive image anyways, because you got that fancy plate now.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could make mine more accurate to like what I actually look like.
I think I could with your commissioned artwork, right? I
mean,
think
I
think the hairstyle you gave yourself is actually an option.
I don't know.
Potentially.
I don't know.
I could
We
try
should
it.
actually.
Hero Forge
We shouldn't mess
is
with
the
Hero
worst.
Forge until August. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Hero Forge hair sucks.
I can try and recreate a different image. Well, a different drawing image of the commissioned one, but that's going to be tough. Of him like in a different stance for the reactive image.
That'd be cool. I think just kind of like the light dark thing that we do sometimes works really well. Because then you don't have to like pay more to get your image fucked with.
That is
I mean,
for like if you just want a single image, like you don't actually have to have multiple images. I just like doing that, but yeah, the reactive part is you dim or brighten depending on if you're talking. So you wouldn't have to have an actual second image if you didn't want to.
I probably wouldn't want a second image.
Yeah.
Seems like it's a lot of work for you to try and do that.
I mean, if you want to update your reactive image with anything, it's just a matter of me. Might not even have to do anything. If you have a new link, I'd have to repaste the link. That's the equivalent. That's the.
It's the useful
Extent of
things,
it.
right?
That's all the work I'd do is potentially repasting a new link into your reactive image link. Other than that, it'd be all you. You just upload a new image, and then it would just work. But anyways,